Have you ever had one of those days? The kind where you wake up and you just feel aligned. You did your meditation, you feel grateful, your mind is clear. You feel like you're vibrating at the frequency of your highest self, ready to create the reality you desire. You feel powerful, and then it happens. You walk into the kitchen and a family member hits you with a complaint about money. You get to work and a coworker drowns you in gossip and negativity. You check your phone and a friend texts you with all their doubts and fears. And just like that, it's gone. That high-frequency feeling, that sense of power and alignment vanishes. It feels like a beautiful, fragile bubble has been popped by someone else's negativity. You feel drained, frustrated, and maybe even a little helpless, like you're a ship being thrown around by everyone else's storms. Why does this happen? Why does it feel like other people hold a remote control to our inner peace? Today, we're not just going to answer that question. We are going to dismantle the entire illusion. We are going to take back the remote control because the truth is, it was never theirs to begin with. The power has always been in your hands, you just forgot you were holding it. The single greatest lie we've accepted in our personal and spiritual journeys is the idea that someone else can give us their energy. That another person has the inherent power to disrupt our frequency, to lower our vibration, to throw us off course. We see ourselves as victims of their moods, their words, their limitations. But I want you to consider a radical idea, something that might feel uncomfortable at first, but is the absolute key to your freedom. No one has power over your internal world unless you grant it to them. The power you believe they have over you is nothing more than a permission slip that you have written, signed, and handed to them. It's your own power just reflected back at you through them. Think of your mind, your consciousness, as a sovereign kingdom. It is the most sacred space you will ever occupy. Within this kingdom, you are the absolute ruler. You decide the laws, you control the borders, and you dictate the atmosphere. For a time, perhaps your whole life, you've been leaving the gates wide open. You've let anyone and everyone wander in, track their mud on your floors, criticize your decor, and tell you how to rule. Then you wonder why your kingdom is in chaos. The frustration you feel isn't because they are powerful invaders. The frustration is the voice of your soul, telling you that you, the true ruler, have abandoned your throne. Externalization is the only true blasphemy in the world of metaphysics. Believing the cause of your inner state is out there is to give away your crown. The moment you decide that another person's words can ruin your day, you have just used your incredible creative power to make it so. You have given them the blueprint and the tools to build a prison inside your own mind. So, how do we begin to reclaim this power? The first step is a profound shift in perception. You have to stop seeing people as people just for a moment and start seeing them as programs. Now, this sounds cold, but hear me out. It's not about dehumanizing them. It's about depersonalizing their behavior. Every single person on this planet is living inside their own unique reality, a reality dictated by their subconscious programming. Their beliefs about money, love, success, and what's possible are all a result of their past experiences, their traumas, their upbringing. When they speak, they aren't speaking truth. They are speaking their truth. They are broadcasting a signal from their own private radio station, playing the songs of their own past. And you've been walking around trying to tune your own finely tuned frequency to their chaotic, static-filled station. When your mother tells you that making a lot of money is hard and you should be realistic, she's not attacking your dream. She's describing the exact walls of her own reality. She's giving you a tour of the box that her life experiences have built for her. To expect her to see the boundless world you are creating for yourself is like expecting someone who has only ever known Windows XP to suddenly understand an 11th generation quantum computer. Their hardware simply isn't equipped for your software. Once you truly understand this, everything changes. The anger and frustration you feel begins to dissolve and is replaced by a strange kind of compassion. You no longer see them as adversaries. You see them as prisoners of their own programming. And with that understanding, you can choose to simply not tune in to their broadcast. You can hear their words, but you don't have to let them enter your kingdom. You can smile and say, "That's an interesting perspective," while internally holding the unwavering knowing of your own reality. They are not talking about you or your world. They are talking about theirs. Don't argue with them about the nature of their world. It's real for them. Your only job is to remain fully present and anchored in yours. This brings us to the second, and perhaps most transformative, step. You must start seeing these people not as a detriment, but as an opportunity. This is where you go from being a spiritual hobbyist to a spiritual master. Anyone can feel good and maintain a high frequency when life is perfect and everyone is supportive. That's easy. That requires no strength. The real test, the real training for your consciousness, comes when you are surrounded by the direct opposite of what you want to create. Every person who doubts you, every disharmonious comment, every piece of negativity is not a roadblock. It is a weight in your mental gym. You are being given the perfect opportunity to exercise the muscle of your frequency. Can you hold the feeling of abundance while someone is complaining about bills? Can you hold the feeling of love and harmony while someone is deep in toxic relationship drama? Can you hold the consciousness of health and vitality when someone lists all their ailments? If you can, you are forging a level of internal power that is indestructible. You are no longer dependent on the external world to feel good. You are generating your state from within, independent of conditions. This is true power. Life doesn't necessarily get easier when you understand these principles. The world will always be full of chaos and contrast, but you get stronger. You stop wishing for life to be easier and start operating from a frequency that makes life easy. You stop wishing for them to change, and you change yourself to a degree that you no longer need them to. Your freedom isn't in their transformation. It's in your own. The goal is to get to a point where you could be meditating peacefully in the eye of a hurricane, because your inner peace is generated from a source so deep within you that no external storm can ever touch it. So what does this look like on a practical level? What do we do when we're feeling that pull, that drain? This leads to our third pillar. You must identify what it is you truly want from them. Often when we get upset with others, it's because we are seeking something from them that we are not giving to ourselves. What is it? Is it approval? Is it support? Is it encouragement? Is it love? Is it for someone to just see you and validate your dreams? Whatever you are seeking from them is a direct reflection of what you are lacking internally. The universe is a mirror. As within, so without. The reason they cannot give it to you is, firstly, because they probably don't have it to give from within themselves. But more importantly, reality cannot deliver to you externally what you do not first possess internally. You want their approval because you have not given yourself unconditional approval. You want their encouragement because you are still riddled with your own self-doubt. Their inability to give you what you want is life's most beautiful and painful gift. It's pointing you back home, back to yourself. It's showing you the exact area inside you that needs your own love and attention. So you must give it to yourself. Before you have that difficult conversation, before you go to that family gathering, spend 5 minutes and give yourself what you're hoping to get from them. Use your imagination, the greatest tool you have. Close your eyes and feel the feeling of being completely and utterly supported. Imagine a version of yourself, your higher self perhaps, standing before you and telling you everything you've been dying to hear. I am so proud of you. I believe in you. You are powerful beyond measure. You've got this. Feel that. Generate that emotion in the core of your being. Fill your own cup so completely that when you encounter them, you are no longer a beggar asking for a drop of water. You are an ocean, and from that state, their opinions can no longer hurt you. You aren't looking for anything from them, so you are free. This final technique is what I call emotional alchemy. It's the art of turning lead into gold inside your own heart. When someone directs their frequency at you, you need to pinpoint the precise emotion it's sparking in you. Don't just say they're being negative. Get specific. When they talk, does it spark fear? Does it spark a feeling of scarcity? Does it create a sense of chaos in your mind? Once you've named the poison, you have the antidote. Every emotion has an energetic opposite, a polarity. The opposite of fear is not love, it's courage. The opposite of scarcity is abundance. The opposite of chaos is peace. Your mission in real time is to stop focusing on the negative feeling they're creating and to immediately pivot your concentration to cultivating its opposite within you. Concentration is the centralization of energy. When you feel them pulling you towards scarcity, you take a deep breath and consciously, deliberately, focus your mind on a feeling of gratitude, of abundance. Remember a time you felt completely provided for. Feel the richness of this present moment. By doing this, you are not just defending against their frequency, you are actively strengthening your own. The more they pull you one way, the stronger you become in the other. It becomes a game. You are an alchemist, taking the lead of their words and transmuting it into the gold of your own unshakable internal state. They are not powerful. You are just powerful enough to imagine they are. Read that again. The strength they seem to have is your own strength, siphoned and externalized, but it is always, always yours to reclaim. And it starts with a simple, quiet, and defiant decision, a decision you make right here, right now. They have no power over me. Say it to yourself, feel it. They have no power over my inner world. Decide that your internal kingdom is off limits. Decide that you are the only one with the key. This journey is not about isolating yourself from the world or cutting everyone off. It's about becoming so sovereign in your own energy that you can walk through any environment and not be swayed. You become a lighthouse. The lighthouse doesn't run from the storm. It doesn't try to calm the waves. It simply stands, anchored to its foundation, and shines its light unwavering. Be the lighthouse. Let the storms of other people's opinions, fears, and programs rage around you. They cannot touch the light that you are. Because your power doesn't come from the world outside. It comes from the universe within. And in that universe, you and you alone are the creator.